What's up? This is Chris. Welcome to Daily Art Day. I'm looking over here on my board, my daily board that I do. Welcome to Daily Art Day 2840. I'm excited today. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to try and keep this short. I just finished a bunch of 1-minute gestures with stock photos. Man, I love this exercise, and I'm really loving this new paper. There's something about the smooth newsprint where my Conte Paris pencils just glide over the paper wonderfully. So it's absolutely awesome. One thing I want to talk to you about is in The Natural Way to Draw by Kimon Nicolaides, Natural Way to Draw, Nicolaides, is he's talking about the subjective impulse. This is page 121, and specifically the subjective and objective and how those come together to create the personality that we have, in our artwork. He gives an example here. He says, for example, the canoe which you started to draw was an objective thing, and you might have made a more or less objective drawing of the sense as it actually existed. But the memory of the canoe aroused certain feelings within yourself, reminded you of other experiences or other knowledge, and to the extent that those other things within your mind were brought into play, your drawing became subjective. I love that. And he goes further into it, and I underline this, as one atom of oxygen and two atoms of hydrogen combine to make something that is neither hydrogen nor oxygen, but a new thing, water. So a drawing is a new thing resulting from the activity within your mind and the stimulus outside, such as a model or event. I paraphrased a bit there, but what's wonderful about it, and what this book is about in a lot of instances, is getting you out of the constant objective idea. So, for example, I'm drawing a book, I'm drawing the back of a neck, I'm drawing a head, I'm drawing a coffee cup, Instead of just always drawing objective things, like this guy sitting on the bench, the back of him, you're thinking about, he's an older gentleman, he's got glasses. Oh, my dad wears glasses. Oh, could this be my dad here in a picture? So you start bringing your own personality into it. So you still have the objective, you still have this need to be able to know how to quickly sketch in a head, for these gestures, or quickly sketch in an arm, or get the proportions of the body correct, within a minute or something like that. So we got the objective. But the subjective comes in and creates something much more than just a picture. You bring in feeling, you bring in emotion, you bring in history, you bring in narrative, all of these things that make art what art truly is. I mean, this is kind of what I'm trying to do with my David Tennant drawing of Doctor Who. I'm trying to objectively observe him, who he is, and trying to get his form and the likeness and everything down. But at the same time, I'm picking a composition that would illustrate his character that he played, Doctor Who, the 10th Doctor, this kind of thing. So I bring these two things together, and it becomes something more than just this objective reality. Sometimes we just draw stuff, Okay, it's completely objective. We're practicing. We're trying to figure out how to draw this still life, this kind of thing. But when we go into our more important work, such as this painting that I did right after my kidney transplant. You can see my scar down there. I was trying to get a feeling of what I was feeling at that point, right out of the hospital, right out of the emergency room after a few days. That kind of drained, dead feeling, But at the same time, I wanted to get my forehead just right, get that feeling of structure, this kind of thing. Same thing with Patrick here. Whoa, look at the glare. I was trying to get a feeling of who he is. All these drawings here now, most of the ones I was doing at the beginning, before I got into The Natural Way of Drawing from Nicolaides, the book, some of the beginning ones were just about, how can I make it look like Wonder Woman, this kind of thing. And you can follow along and see the changes. But after I drew Spock, and I think Spock was the very first one where I really wanted to see if I can instill some idea of this very logical person in the way I drew him. So I drew him with all straight lines, this kind of thing. Very logical, very hard-edged, this kind of thing. But yeah, the combination of subjective and objective. We bring two different atoms together, we create something brand new. And if you bring together the objective, your objective world, what is outside of you and your own personal experience, you don't have to worry about style. You don't have to worry about being different. There's no one else like you. Make sure you get that subjective. Get your feelings involved. Know thyself. And then keep creating. See you next video.